The business, we're the Institute of Health Economics, and it is a think tank basically funded by the two universities, the Alberta government and the Health Authority, and we do analysis around economic analysis about how much do health services cost, what's snake oil and what's a miracle, and who should get it, and if we do fund certain services, what the impact would be. So we do a broad view of different types of analysis for the government. And I'm the Senior Policy Director, so I'm involved in coordinating all the projects. Well, information technology for our business is core and central because it is what we do. We kind of analyze data and information and kind of regurgitate it back to kind of decision makers. And so it's central for us to be able to actually have IT support for quite sophisticated management of large databases, software which has analytical tools that produce comprehensive reports. We're also often consulting extensively with doctors and clinicians and health providers around the province who provide input to us on the particular kind of projects. A lot of various major reports which are done as kind of drafts that go out to people and they come back and we incorporate comments. And we also have some special capabilities that are really important to us, that we handle health information and health information databases. So security of some of the management of our large information databases we use for analysis is quite strict, and we have to meet certain provincial guidelines and be able to have appropriate firewalls and management of that information beyond the regular kind of office operations of a preparation of kind of reports and analysis. Well, CompuVision was chosen as our IT service provider after a kind of an extensive process of interviewing a large number of particular companies. We had some in-house support here, but we found with the extent of problems that arose and issues that we had to address and the ongoing need to update our information system, that CompuVision kind of met that much more effectively than having some in-house operation. We also actually run International Association for Health Technology Assessment. So we actually coordinate a fair amount of work that's global, in which we're actually having to connect with people in different parts of the world, and some of our researchers are traveling, and so we had to be able to kind of access remotely to our work and our data repositories while also maintaining that it was confidential. And we found that, so we did really require 24-hour service because some of our people were in significantly different time zones as we worked on things. And we found that it was the full service capability of CompuVision, as well as the 24-hour service, as well as the ability to update and keep current on software, but also data protection, because we were working with kind of large databases and confidential information that was kind of provided to us by the government that we had to be able to kind of manage appropriately. And we found that CompuVision was able to meet those kind of full service needs better than other companies that we looked at. I think that there's been a lot of instances where the change in our work operations since CompuVision has come on board has significantly improved. We had many work stoppages prior because of issues in terms of viruses, in terms of problems with the server, in terms of all sorts of issues that arose that caused us to not be able to operate efficiently. What I found with CompuVision, it isn't that there's been some problems that have occurred that they've been able to fix correctly. It basically is that there haven't been any problems because there's been significant anticipation of them before they occur. What happened is we ended up having problems occur, we had to kind of shut down, we had to fix it, and over a kind of a 24-hour, 48-hour period, that happened frequently with us, or there were some issues of inappropriate software, we couldn't connect. I find with them, as far as the general operations, there's regular upgrades, and if there are anticipated changes, they're dealt with quickly and promptly, but most of it is invisible. The other thing is the responsiveness. For me personally, who has to travel quite a bit, I'm able to solve problems by contacting and phoning directly and being able to do that extremely quickly. Even when I was in Singapore, and once when I was in London, I was on my laptop and I had it kind of fixed while I was there in a different time zone. So I think it's mostly with CompuVision is that it is seamless, and problems have been anticipated, so we found a significant difference where you don't worry about it. Since we've worked with CompuVision, the quality of services improved, but our overall costs of providing IT support services have dropped dramatically. And I think there's been we've done a couple of kind of surveys with staff too, where it's significantly improved. The other thing is we generally get a regular health report from CompuVision, and which is focused on identifying issues, but also kind of preventative activities, and that's been really helpful. And being a health organization, one that produces reports all the time, I think that people find that really useful and interesting. I think that the one thing is, besides I think there's a lot of technical proficiency, is it's been the staff in CompuVision have been quite consistent, and there's been a consistent approach in terms of service quality, but also they're really outgoing group and they're fun, and so I think most people would consider them part of the IHE staff, so that they're part of the particular kind of team and quite responsive to that. And there's different individuals who are involved, but I find we often have a few core people where we're on their client list, I think, and they've actually been extremely supportive, and a number of times there's problems, and I'll contact someone, and they're on their way home, and they're driving by, and so they can stop in for 10 minutes and look at something, and there's a lot of that particular kind of activity in which we actually have a really positive business-like but casual relationship with the people who provide service, in which we feel that they're really a strong and important part of the organization. All the way through from the kind of clerical staff to our CEO, and everyone through the management team find it very useful because it's dependable. And also I think that we had some review through by the government who were able to check out the information technology and data support that we have, and are quite confident in it. And we deal with probably some of the more confidential information from health information, where we're able to have systems which people are providers and auditors feel very confident about the kind of this security of the information that's being provided. And I think we're able to kind of seamlessly add software and other measures before the problems arise.